The way that this is so badly set up is so funny. Honestly, though, I think most of you guys are listening on audio recently, so that's making me feel a little bit better. Hope the audio doesn't suck, so I'm recording this on my phone. If you're watching on visual, though, sorry about, like, the Jesus lighting coming from the back. It looks like heaven's behind me. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. I was filming this inside, and then I realized that I had the fear. I literally have a fucking fear. I'm always being listened to, or someone can hear me. Like, no one's home right now in the house I'm staying at. Look how dark this is. This is so bad. No one's even home at the house I'm staying at right now, and I'm, like, terrified that everyone can hear me. I don't know. I don't care if I'm, like, vlogging in front of people, but if I'm doing a podcast, like, literally I just sit here and talk to myself, so I feel like a fucking weirdo. Guys, welcome back to another episode of What's That TMI? Currently in... You're not gonna believe it. Actually, currently in a Tesla, and you guys are probably like, why? So I bought a Tesla last week. Totally kidding. I'm in LA at the moment. I'm out here visiting BF. By the way, BF, you can hear me through your fucking car. Fuck you. I bet you it has the technology to do that, honestly. But currently in LA, you guys haven't heard from me in a minute. I haven't recorded a podcast episode in a minute, and I wanted this one to be super good. Well, I don't have I don't have my microphone. I don't have, like, my own personal space to do it. That's why I'm sitting in this car. I actually do have plenty of space. I have a whole house to do it, but I'm just terrified someone can hear me. Past 2 weeks, haven't had an upload on the podcast. Low-key sad about it because I was doing really good, staying consistent. Got a sinus infection. Literally still sound, like, stuffed up. But it was to the point where I could not talk for more than, like, 5 minutes. I tried to record one in bed. I would talk for 5 minutes and then be like, oh. So I just stopped doing them. But we're back, better than fucking ever. Currently in LA. Not sure. Honestly, it's weird. People are like, Sadie, you hate LA. Why are you going out there? But honestly, when I come out here, I don't really feel like I'm in LA. I just, like, stay at the house and then, like, maybe we'll go out. But going out here is fucking weird. You have to, like... Literally, I'm not kidding, guys. Last night, I was gonna go out, and there was, like, a birthday party this girl was having. So many people go to these parties not even knowing the person. And you, like, go on this website and, like, put in your name, and it literally is, like, what's your Instagram handle? How many followers do you have? And I'm like, what in the mother of shit? Like, that's so fucking dumb. Sorry. Not trying to hate, but, like, I just can't do that stuff. Didn't really plan this episode out. I just want to give you guys, like, an update on everything. Most of the time, episodes are, like, I feel like, good, and I have a lot to talk about because I'm always on the go, moving, and I've just been in my bed the past week, so I was, like, freaking out, like, what the fuck am I gonna talk about? And then I was handed the idea, actually. Shout out, boy. He was like, oh, on Theo Vaughn's podcast, he was like, he has people call in and, like, tell stories or just, like, say whatever the fuck, and I was like, yeah, I do that, like, I have a website and they can do it, and he was like, no, but you can, like, actually hear them. And I'm like, I don't know how he does that. And then I was like, oh my god. So I told all of you guys, go and send me voice memos on What's That TMI, the Instagram, and I'm gonna listen to them and react to them. Oh, my fucking head hurts like a bitch. Is everyone sick recently? I feel like everyone's stuffed up and sick. Or maybe I just got really fucking unlucky. Because it has not gone away. Literally, since I went to the Morgan Wallen concert, like, a month and a half ago, it hasn't gone away. Also, if you're viewing this on visual, don't I look so cute? I went to church this morning. Who's shocked? Me. Hungover as well. I was literally sitting there and I was like, oh my god. But weird thing, I've talked about, like, God and stuff on here before, and you guys love when I talk about it, and you guys want me to do a whole episode about it. And at the time, I was, like, really, like, into all of that. I still am, but just, like, I haven't been as consistent with it lately. And I don't know why. I was just, like, this, like, past week, I was like, I need to go to church this Sunday. Like, wherever I am, I need to go to church. And I'm in, like, California. Like, I was like, I don't really know how the churches out there are going to be. I'm so judgy. Sorry. But, I was like, I don't really know. And when I go to church, like, I haven't been in a really long time because when I go, I feel like church has changed a lot from, like, how it used to be. Like, when my parents grew up, they said that they would go to church and it was always just fully, like, God talking about, like, all that, and then it's, like, over. Now it's, like, there's, like, they're trying to, like, up to date it a little bit to, like, meet the standards of, like, today's world, which I get in a way, but then I felt like every time I was going, like, the main thing was talked about. It happened 3 times to me in a row. It was, like, talking about how, like, you need to give, like, 10% of your money to the church. 3 times in a row, different churches. And I was like, what? Like, that was what the whole scripture was about. And so I kind of was like, I don't know, like, I'd rather just, like, talk to God on my own, which is totally fine. I fully believe that if you don't go to church, like, but you still have a relationship, it doesn't matter. But don't know why, this week I was just like, damn, like, why do I keep feeling like I really need to go? And I was like, whatever, I'll just find one and like try it. Literally on Google, found one, went, and at first I was kind of like, I was trying to just go into it open-minded. Sorry, I just read something on the wall that made me laugh. I was trying to go into it open-minded, and I got like probably 4 hours of sleep last night. I ate nothing yesterday because I was not hungry, and I was drinking all day, so I was literally sitting there like head pounding, shaking, and I was like, I don't know if I can make it through this. And then they just kept on singing more songs before like the guy actually spoke, and I was like, like, as much as I would love to stay and hear what they're gonna say, I have a feeling that I'm gonna need to leave. Stuck through it, and I'm so glad I did, because I literally prayed so hard. I was like, God, please, like, just, like, talk to me when I go today. Like, I was just like, please, like, I want to actually go and, like, feel like I'm, like, learning something and, like, hearing you for the first time. And, like, the past few times I've gone, it was so good. Like, I literally felt like everything being said was, like, exactly what I was, like, needing to hear. It talked about, the guy was really funny, actually. He was, like, a younger guy. It talked about, I forget the word. I'm so bad at that. I always forget. It talked about something of a word. You guys are like, oh, cool. But it was saying that how there's, like, 3 parts of this, like, part of the Bible. When you're struggling, like, with, like, life and just, like, your dreams and goals and relationships and, like, everything, and you are looking at other people and being like, they have such a good life, like, I'm putting my all into, like, God, but, like, then you're looking at other people who, like, don't do that, and they have, like, all this wealth and fame, or whatever the hell you, like, dream about, and you're just like, it was, the whole point of it was, like, we all want to be healthy emotionally healthy. That's, like, what we all strive for, which I think is true. Like, we all want to just be happy at the end of the day, and, like, we're all kind of like, what can make us happy? And it was just saying, like, once you finally realize, like, God's got me, like, we're gonna have our ups and downs, but, like, God's got me, and, like, if I can just count on that, you're good, you'll be good. And it was talking about, like, emotions, how there's been things in our life, or there could be things in your life that affect your emotions, and it affects how you, like, treat other people, or treat, like, your relationship with God, or just, like, if you have trust issues, it, like, scars your heart from, like, things in, like, the past, and then it's, like, you take that out on, like, your future, almost, like, you let those things affect your future. And then it was talking about comparison, how you can compare yourself to, like, other people or other things, and be like, I would be happy if I had that person has, or I would be happy if I had this life, or if I could just have this, I would be good and happy. And the guy was like, no, like, that's not gonna happen. Like, you watch that happen to people, and they're still not happy, and they're like, what will make me happy? And he was like, God. Like, you just have to, like, try and have a relationship with God. And I truly do believe that. Like, I swear, when I'm at my lowest of lows, and I just try and think about, like, there's a plan, like, there's a plan for this is happening for a reason, I'm still alive, I'm blessed, like, I'm sitting here breathing, I need to appreciate that. And yeah, I probably just worded that completely wrong. It's like the priest listens to it, he's like, I said none of that. But I don't know, I actually really enjoyed it. Not that any of you asked. But I didn't know what to talk about on today's episode, so I'm glad that I stayed through that, because I wanted to just share that with you guys. And a lot of you guys are like, share your testimony and your walk with God and your walk with faith. I've never really had one. Like, I wasn't even really raised, like, Christian. It was kind of just something that, like, I knew that, like, people talked about it and stuff. So, like, I always just believed in it. And then I don't even have, like, a crazy story of, like, this happened and this happened and this happened. And then I was like, okay, God's real. Like, it wasn't like that. It was kind of just, like, I've always believed in it. And I do feel like there's so much in my life that I'm blessed with, and I just know that, or I believe that it's from God. And also, when I was really down bad in high school, I was just, like, so depressed, crying every day, and it's just because I, like, was not happy, and I really wanted, like, to do, like, YouTube or podcasting or any of that. And this was when, like, TikTok wasn't a thing. Like, it wasn't easy to just, like, gain a following at all. It was, like, there was a very select few people doing it. And I was like, it's not gonna work. Like, I don't want to be in high school, get made fun of, and then it just all, like, not even, like, not be worth it. And I feel like, not saying that, like, because I, like, prayed to God about it, I got it, but, like, I would sit there and I would just stress so much about my future and, like, what I was gonna do after I graduated high school, because I wanted to do this, but I was like, there's no way. And I would, like, pray and stuff, just that, like, whatever happened, like, I would be good. And then it, like, happened for me. So, I don't know. I feel like it's just, like, patience is key. And, like, believing in whatever happens is happening for a reason. I don't know. But, y'all, in LA, honestly don't feel very hellish at the moment. Maybe because I just went to church. But no, it's really, like, when I come to LA, I don't, like, do much. Just because I don't know anyone. But the weather's nice at the moment, and it's not that bad, other than I'm across the country from my home. But it's really not too bad. I'm still brain fogged. I just took my meds that I'm on for my sinus infection shit, and I think that they're literally, like, fucking up my brain, because I'm so brain fogged during the day, and I have to take them at morning and night. But guys, I've been doing good. I've been a little bit stressed, being sick for a week in bed. Like, I've been sick for a while, but I finally just took a week to, like, rest, and I didn't do anything. Low-key, it fucks me up. Like, because I'm just like, damn, I'm doing nothing right now. I'm going so slow. Like, I almost get so out of routine that I don't even, like, remember how to, like, do this shit. And I'm like, wait, I have to record a podcast? Like, I don't know how to do that. Oh, Western Collection is about to come out. It's all, like, my festival shirts that I made, and I had a designer help me. His name's Donovan. He's really lit, and the merch looks really good. It's honestly, like, the best merch we've made so far. Okay, wait, actually, fuck it, I'm just gonna talk about this. I've been, like, not talking about it, but everyone's wondering, so I'm just gonna talk about this. Someone wrote in and said, episode about being your own best friend. Please do an episode going in depth on how you are your own best friend and the only person you can count on. Just had a falling out with my best friend of 6 years. And am currently finding it really hard to do things alone and really struggling with getting in my head and dwelling in my thoughts. Love you so much. This is so hard. Like, it really is. I don't know if I touched on this last episode. I feel like I did, because I remember saying this. I genuinely feel like losing, like, a best friend is worse than, like, a breakup. It really is. Because it's like, that person wasn't someone that you were, like, I don't know. Like, a lot of people go through breakups, but I feel like when you have someone in your life who, like, is your best friend and you trust, and, like, especially when you've known them for a while, like, 6 years, that's a long time. It's so hard. Like, it's so weird. And trying to adjust to, like, not having them. And then you're also, like, I know there's more people out there, because this has happened to me recently. You guys know. Like, everyone knows. Honestly, no bad blood. Like, nothing really bad happened. It was more so just, like, just kind of, like, faded away. And there wasn't really a lot of, like, trying to get it back. So it kind of was just, like, whatever. But it's just weird, because it's like, you can obviously go find new friends, and you can obviously go try and meet new people, but it's like no one can replace that person. Literally no one can replace that person. And I always say, when I talk about relationships, not friendships, relationships, I'm always like, yeah, someone can do me so dirty, so wrong. Like, a guy can cheat on me, drag me through the fucking mud, and I'll break up with them and be like, I'll never see you like that again, like, in a relationship way, but, like, I'm still here for you. You're still human at the end of the day, and, like, I'll still be here for you, but, like, I won't be like that in your life. And weirdly, I think that's better, is it's, like, staying kind of mutuals, like, completely cutting them out and just being like, fuck you, no matter what happened. Like, maybe it wasn't even bad terms, but just kind of being like, fuck you, or like, no, don't fuck with her, don't fuck with him. It's like, I feel like makes it harder, because you feel like that whole friendship that you had is just, like, like, none of it was even worth it. Like, what was it all for? Versus, I think if you, like, kind of just stay in touch and it's, like, you know that you're still there for each other. I don't know, actually. It can go both ways. It's so fucking hard, just, like, because, like, growing up, I didn't have, like, a big friend group at all. Like, I just had, like, 2 friends. Like, it was literally just, like, 2 people I would normally hang out with. And after high school, I stayed really close with both of them, but me and one other were a lot closer. And we're just in different lives right now. And it was never really, like, talked about of, like, what really happened other than just kind of, like, we were doing our own thing. And it's just hard. It's hard. Because it's, like, how do you get that back when it's, like, gone like that, you know? And I don't know. I think it's just, like, knowing in your heart that, like, you feel like you did the right thing, or just, like, you feel like even though it sucks, you don't want a friendship that's kind of like both people feel like, is this right? I don't know. I almost can't even speak on it because I don't even know what happened with, like, mine. But I know all you guys ask about it, so I guess that's, like, the truth of mine. I don't really know what happened. It just kind of isn't really a thing anymore. So, yeah. So, to the girl who wrote that in, I apologize. I'm in your boat. I don't really know how to get past that. Being your own best friend, yeah. Like, I do a lot of shit alone, but then there is times when I'm like, damn, like, this is kind of fucking lonely. And, like, when I go hang out, I was just in, I went to the lake for Memorial Day. I could have talked about that. I went up to my hometown, for my neighbor's grad party. So fun. Got absolutely schmammered on the lake. It was low-key a really good day. Guys, I fell off the boat 3 times in the span of 10 minutes. 3 fucking times. Like, we were literally with the kid's family, and we were all beached getting off the boat, and the girl that I'm, like, really close with on the boat was blacked out, passed out, literally asleep, and we had been, like, going back and forth, like, on, like, we were on, like, the same drinking level. Like, we were drinking one after another, and she was blacked out, and I was like, all right, I can't do that. Like, I gotta stay up. Literally, we're getting off the boat to, like, meet this person's family. I fell off 3 fucking times getting off the boat onto the beach. I wish it was videoed. Like, when I say, like, jumping off, knees collapsing, and, like, face down in the fucking sand, 3 fucking times. It was not fun. Being your own best friend. So, when I was up there, obviously, with, like, my friends in Georgia and stuff, I'm not, like, super, super close with all these people. Like, I don't hang out with them all the time. But being around them, and, like, I know that their group hangs out all the time, it was, like, hard, like, leaving, because I was like, damn, like, I remember what it was like when I was with my friend all the time. Like, it was just constant laughing, like, everything was fun, you have someone to go do stuff with, and it's just, like, for me, like, it was just, like, I was so happy, like, it was so funny, we never, like, fought, there was never anything like that, and it was just, like, such a good, like, it's so nice to have that. Like, literally having a girl best friend is the best thing ever, if they're, like, good. And I remember leaving Georgia, like, upset, because I was like, fuck, like, that reminded me so much of, like, how me and her were, and I miss it. And I just kind of realized, like, you know, there's so many things and changes that are going to happen in your life as you grow up, and I just kind of took it as, like, that's going to be one of them. Like, your friends won't be as close with you anymore, or maybe you're going and doing something to where you can't be as close with them anymore, and it's kind of just, like, self-adjusting to, like, growing up in a weird way. Like, it's just, like, you're getting older, or maybe you're not. You didn't even say your age. I bring everything back to myself. But it's just, like, life moves on. That's what I'll say. Life moves on, and just for the meantime, try and entertain yourself. If you're just happy with yourself, I think that's what really matters. Like, I am my own best friend, but if I'm not, like, with a group every weekend, I don't know. Just venture out there. Meet new people. You don't have to find a best friend, but, like, I think meeting new people and, like, having other people in your life, even if they're not with you 24/7, like your friend maybe was, it's like, just appreciate that you can, like, go do stuff with other people as well. But it is hard. It's really hard. It's worse than a breakup, I swear to God. It's fucking worse than a breakup. Like, that hurt more than, like, I would say getting cheated on. Okay, jumping topics from that. God, why are we getting so depressing? Every episode lately, I'm just, like, getting deep. Let's do a drunk episode next week. I think we need it. We do. Okay. Ooh, do you have any experiences with the police? Have you ever been pulled over on a drive home from a weekend partying? If so, what was your experience? Did you get pulled over or did you get a ticket? I have been pulled over twice. I've been pulled over twice. One time I was leaving actually a restaurant where everyone would go drink. Like when we were in high school, everyone would go to this restaurant and drink because they didn't ID. And I was leaving there and I guess I didn't have my lights on when I left. I was not there drinking. I wasn't even in the restaurant. I was actually just there actually seeing ex-cheater boy. But I was with McKinley. We were leaving and I didn't have my lights on. And so I got pulled over. Cop was not gonna lie. He had it going on. And then the second time was actually recently. I was going 80 in like a 50. No, 80 and a 45. And I was going the opposite way of the cop. And he I watched him turn around and I was like, fuck. Like, I'm just gonna get a ticket. Like, I just have to deal with it. Pulled me over. Walked up. He's like, do you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, yes, sir. I'm so sorry. Like, I apologize. Like, I don't really have an excuse. Like, I just wasn't paying attention to how fast I was going. Gave him like my license and everything, and he was like, I had on a bathing suit because I was going to the beach, and I didn't seem like he really was like checking me out at all, but like he just let me go. Like he was like, okay, like it's fine, I'll just give you a warning. And I was like, what the fuck? Like 80 and a 45? I was like actually scared for a little bit. But yeah, those two experiences were great. I had another experience with a cop once when I was drunk at FSU. I've already told this story. And I decided to black out and then walk to this after party that was going on. It wasn't even a fucking after party. Or post game. They were like post game at our house. I decided to walk there even though it wasn't happening anymore. And I was walking down, I mean, if you've ever been to Tallahassee, like the streets of Tallahassee, if you get on the wrong part at night alone, you're kind of fucked. And I was walking down the street. There was a cop. He like saw me like fucking blacked out my little slutty outfit. And he was like, where are you going? And I was like, oh, I'm going to my friend's house, like, on this road. And he was like, you're walking there? It was a fat walk. I don't know what I was doing. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, you should not be on this road by yourself right now. And I was like, can you give me a ride? I'm scared. That's, like, what I remember, just being like, I'm scared. Can you give me a ride? And he was like, no, like, I can't do that. Sorry. And then I'm, like, watching him, like, talk on his little microphone. He's like, for one, we got a female out here by herself, definitely intoxicated. She's walking alone. Can I give her a ride? And they were like, yeah, put me in the back of the car. I got a ride. It was pretty lit. Dope 18th birthday. Got a little birthday treat from the cop. I don't know. That stuff's just funny to me. Then recently, this is totally my fault too. I was at the beach and there's this acai bowl place at the beach that I go to. And there's never parking spots because it's always like packed. So I would just park by the stop sign because I always order to go. So I would just park like on the side of the building by the stop sign, run in, get my shit, and then run out. And like it never affected anyone or anything. Oh my god, this cop was such a cunt. And not to be mean, like, he was like this short ass cop. And he had like a little like arm sleeve. I'm not trying to be mean, but like I probably could have fucking beat him in a fight if we wanted to wrestle on the beach. And I like walk out and I see him at my car and I'm like, fuck, like of course. And I walk out and he's like, what are you doing? Like, what makes you think that's okay? And I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. Like, I just literally get a to-go order and I run in and get it. Like, I'm sorry. And then it was like building up traffic because he was standing by my car. So then everyone was like looking at what was going on. So the cars that were like passing by were like stopping. And I was like, do you want me to move my car? Because he was mad that my car was there. And I was like, do you want me to move it and you can give me a ticket? Like, what's going on? He was like, no, I want your license. Give him my license. And he's like, I mean, what's wrong with you? Like, why would you think that's okay? He's like, you know, I can give you like $175 ticket. And I'm like, okay, like, sorry. Like, do you want me to move my car and then you can give me the ticket? Like, what the fuck? And he just like wouldn't stop like babbling with me about it. And I was like, bro, like, do you have a boner right now? What's going on? And he didn't give me a ticket. Like, he let me just go. Like, he was like, okay, fine. Like, you're good. And I was like, what the fuck? That was the only experience where I was like, fuck you. Like, you're so annoying. I think that's it. I'm gonna go read y'all's or listen to y'all's write-ins because I'm actually so curious as to what y'all have said. Guys, I'm still sick. I've literally been sick for over a fucking month. Probably a month and a half at this point. Like, what the fuck?
Hi, Sadie. So, for Was That TMI, I have a little story about my ex-situationship and I. Basically, he was fucking his ex still while fucking me while having a whole relationship with me and her.
Don't know if you know this, babe, but literally happened to me in high school. When I was like, no, I wasn't even in high school anymore. I was out of high school, but I was still dating a fucking high schooler because I was an idiot. Same thing happened to me. I had a relationship with the kid and he was fucking his ex.
And one night I was over there and, we were doing our thing. And his ex-girlfriend walks down the basement and sees us, catches us, and she starts screaming her head off. And then she keyed my fucking car. But yeah. So if you need more details, let me know.
Wait, is this gonna be a picture of her car? Bro. No fucking way. Bitches are crazy. Wait, what? I need to know what happened. Like, did you sue her? I'm so invested now. That's so fucked. Okay, this is what I can't stand. If I was ever dating... Okay, this is how... What's going on? This is actually what happened. When that happened to me, I did not give a fuck about the girl. Like, I did not give a flying fuck about the girl. The ex that he was fucking. Because I was like, okay, like, the guy's in the wrong. Always. That's how I always think. Like... Even the relationship I'm in right now, if I got cheated on, I would not give a shit about the girl. Like, I'm not gonna go to the girl and be like, fuck you, because it's like, it's not her fucking problem. Like, it's him making the mistake. Like, she's not in a relationship with me. Like, she has no morals to me or anything. Now, I would never get with someone who has a fucking girlfriend, because I think that's kind of fucked up, but like, there's plenty of people out there that would do that. Like, they don't care. I never think, though, that like, getting mad at the girl is like, fair at all, but here's where it can get weird and fucked up, and this might not be why she keyed your car, but this was happening in my thing, and I never knew why the ex didn't like me. Like, I was like, why the fuck, like, what does she have against me? He was feeding both of us bullshit about each other. Like, he was literally feeding me stuff to, like, make me be like, what the hell, like, she's a bitch, and then he was feeding her the same shit to, like, make her think I was a bitch. Telling, like, me, she doesn't like you. Telling her, Sadie doesn't like you. When, like, that was not the case for either of us. So, sometimes if the guy's really fucked up, they'll do that. And, yeah. But, I always say, don't worry about the female. It's about the guy. Ugh, I'm so stuffed up. I feel awful.
So me and my brother have always been super close and like super personal with each other, and for the longest time ever we've always sent each other like pictures of our poop when we were done going to the bathroom. And so there was this one time that we were out like staying in our camper, and I took a really big poop and it wouldn't flush, and so I sent him a picture of it because it was funny. And the next day I was hanging out with my boyfriend and I had to go to the bathroom, but I left my phone with him. And he has my Face ID, which I didn't really even think about. I just went to the bathroom, came out, everything was fine. Well, like 2 months later, we were hanging out again. I don't even remember like how it got brought up, but he was like calling me a poop, like as a nickname. And I was like, oh no, you're a poop. And he was like, oh, you take big poops? And I was like, what does that even mean? 2 months ago, like I saw a picture of your poop that you sent to your brother. And, like, to this day, whenever we're just, like, hanging out and laughing and joking around, he'll still bring it up. And it's, like, very embarrassing.
That's actually funny. Because, not gonna lie, like, if you're gonna say you've never taken a picture of your shit, like, you're literally full of shit. Like, that's such a lie. But, like, sometimes I take weird poops and I send it to my mom and I'm like, do I have fucking worms? Like, is something wrong with me? Like, why does it look like this? Oh, dude. I wish I had a relationship like that with my older brother. Damn. But, funny story, when I shit my pants, well, not my pants, but almost shit my pants and pooped in the woods when I was with BF in Florida and he was about to meet my parents, I called one of my friends and I was like, you're not gonna fucking believe what's happening right now. And I was telling her what was going on and she was like, please send me a picture. Like, you have to. Like, I do not believe you. Like, you have to send me a picture. So I took a picture of, like, what had happened and I sent it to her. And then fucking like 2 weeks later when I was on the phone with her and I was with him, she brought it up and she was like, dude, that picture. He was like, what? Like, what the fuck? And I was like, fuck. Honestly though, shit happens and like we all shit. So I need to stop talking about poop. That's funny though. Okay, this isn't a voice message, but this girl said, TMI story, my boyfriend at the time asked me to go to his hometown for the weekend to meet his parents. It was like a 3-hour drive and naturally on the way we pulled over on the side of the interstate and fucked. Love that. About 30 minutes later, I had to meet his mom and dad for the first time and hugged both of them with their son's cum on my shirt. That's funny.
Okay, so my craziest was a TMI story was I was with this guy in the Home Depot parking lot, and we were making out and stuff, and things got a little handsy, and I gave him a handy, and it got all over my shirt, and I didn't realize it was all over my shirt. And I went to a graduation that day and took pictures with everybody with his you-know-what on my shirt, and no one knew what it was. And then I finally looked back at the pictures, and there's this huge line of male specimen on my shirt.
Okay, see? Like, it's an inconvenience. Like, why? Like, what the like, sometimes when it's like, sorry, Mom. When you don't want to swallow it, it's like, where the fuck do you put it? Like, where does it go? I just need to fucking carry a water bottle on me. These are actually really interesting. I should do this more. Okay, here's another.
I hooked up with this girl, and
Let me just say, I never think guys listen to What's That TMI. I'm so fucking happy. This is fucking great. Love this.
the second she touched it, I came. Like, I came everywhere right when she touched it. And
I honestly, fair game. It's okay. Was she like really fucking hot? I need to know. I need a picture of her. And I also need to know if that's still happening to you.
and it was embarrassing. It's also 5 inches. I don't know.
Honestly, I think you're fine. Don't worry about it. Are you still with her? I'm so interested. Guys, I didn't know that boys listen to this. That's so good. What? Fuck yeah. That makes me happy. Okay. I'm gonna end it there because I'm sweating. And I also feel bad because the audio like wasn't fucking working, so this is probably just gonna be filmed or recorded through my camera. If I go plug this into my computer and the audio's not working through my camera, I'm gonna fucking fight someone. But guys, I love you. I'm sorry that I'm still like sick and brain fogged and not home and just whatever. Was That TMI is still top of my priority list. So just know that when I'm doing things throughout the day, I'm genuinely thinking about like, oh, I could podcast about this. I could podcast about this. I just need to get more consistent with her. But I love you guys. I hope you guys are good. And I'll talk to you soon. Pray for me. Hopefully I get back from hell safe.